As a little boy, about 7 years old, my parents gave me a key to our apartment. We lived in one of two three-story buildings side by side on the 130th block of Buckeye. Our little two-bedroom apartment was very modest, but it was home. Now, to be trusted with a key was a big deal. One of the old shoestrings from sneakers worn down by everything from football in the mud to being used as anti-lock brakes for my big wheel went around my neck with the key to ensure I didn't lose it. In our physical education class one day, I remember feeling that the burden of that key was so heavily weighing me down. I took it off and I set it to the side while I gained MVP honors in dodgeball. When I reached the door to our third floor apartment and reached around my neck, only then did I realize I had never replaced the key. This was one of the more memorable times in my life when I was afraid. My older brother had lost the house key prior to this, and now I too had failed. What would I hear? How would I be dealt with? Being locked outside till someone came home was the least of my concerns. I can only imagine what Adam and Eve must have felt when they heard the voice of God calling in the coolness of the day. Ever since that day, friends, humanity has been plagued with fear. But what is it? Fear is a strong emotional reaction to a perceived imminent danger characterized by a fight or flight or freeze response. Fear can be real or imagined, rational or irrational, normal or abnormal. Fear acts also as a protective reaction placed in us by our Creator to activate all of our physical defense systems when we face real danger. Fear triggers the release of adrenaline in the body that both prepares and propels us to action, often called fight or flight. Fear is a natural emotion designed by God. However, fearfulness is not designed by God, for fearfulness suggests living in a state of fear. Fear is a translation of the Hebrew word yareh, which means to be afraid, stand in awe, or fear. Now, I'd like to clear up at least one thing at the beginning. Fear is probably broader than what most of us have thought, at least from a biblical perspective. By this, I mean most Christians think of 2 Timothy 1:7. For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Here is usually where we stop. Fear isn't from God, fear is bad. But this isn't all Scripture has to say about fear. Proverbs, for instance, adds, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding, Proverbs 9:10. And the fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, to depart from the snares of death, Proverbs 14:27. These and other passages reveal that fear perhaps has another side. For instance, if someone were breaking into your home, which of the above examples of fear would be applicable? Would you need some extra adrenaline to prep you for fight or flight? As we explore this very interesting topic, and I share what God is sharing with me, I pray that God helps you as He's helping me to live in faith, not fear.